Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, step brothers and sisters, first, second, third, fourth, fifth cousins, your uncles and aunties, your grandmama, your grandpa, your great grandma, and your great grandpa, your grandchildren and your great grandchildren. Matter of fact, bring the whole entire family reunion up in here. Because we don't care where you're from. You could be from the lowest elementary school, living under that tunnel. You could be over there in the backwoods. You could be in the country roads. You could be on the gravel pits. You could be in the landfills. You could be in the city, out of town, out of space. You know what? On an island. Realists, they can be on an island. Yo, they could be living up in a tree. They could be up in the mountains in some caves, man. They can be in the biggest cities in the world, man. They can be in the deserts. We don't care, man. Whatever state you from, whatever hood you from, county, I don't care whoever your mayor is, we don't care what continent you on. We don't care what flag you wave, because you could have been anywhere in the world. You decided to come out here tonight on Di-RRec Gaming, the echo of the streets. And for that, we are always humble and so thankful. And thank you all for the support. Thank you all for the continual support that you do day in and day out. If you like what we're about, please hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to this mighty Xbox channel and Real Gamer channel. Subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell. You do not want to miss any of our live streams or any of my gaming footage. Or just come on in, man, and just make yourself comfortable. Grab a seat and sit down and chill with us, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the dislike button. Leave some comments below. The bottom line is, do whatever you feel, as long as it's respectful, tasteful, and it's in the boundaries of respecting other people. We don't have no problems here. So come on in if you're a real gamer. Come on in here if you're an Xbox gamer, and let's have some talks, man. The Realist, it's good to have you tonight, man. You have some things you want to talk about, man. I'm going to ride off you, fam. And I'm glad you're here, man. You got me pumped, man.
Hey, I mean, what is it? It was this morning and yesterday morning. We're talking about these guys that wanted to give Xbox props after years and years of Xbox slander. And then we got other people in our community that's basically trying to tell us to bring them in, bring them all in. It's about inclusion. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't with that, because like you said, if you built your entire platform off of slandering Xbox, now why all of a sudden do you want to, I guess, integrate yourself into the Xbox community? But the bigger question is, why do we have people in the quote unquote community allowing this though? You know, that's where I'm at. Like, why is it that you got these guys that's taking up for them on our side? You know what I'm saying? If you've been on that side of the fence, stay on that side of the fence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you, man. You know, my thing is, it's deeper with me. It's deeper with me, right? I'm a type of person that I respect the culture of gaming. So there's things that I just don't say. You know, there's things that I just don't say because to me it's disrespectful of the art form. This beautiful thing, man, that we have, you know, social media. We have the good and the bad and the ugly. We have it all. I draw a line with people being toxic, okay? There's a difference between being toxic and being stupid, okay? Toxic people are just, going out their way to say dumb stuff, harmful things and stuff like that. But even playing to the stupid card, that doesn't build a community up. And like you said, the definition of everything, right, is gaming, right? So if this is about gaming and this is about being a gamer, then down talking other areas in gaming isn't a part of your anatomy, right? We can have discussions. And I know all my mighty panels on Di-RRec Gaming, we've talked. Some of us hit each other up on the phone and we talked about this type of stuff, where it's a difference when people call out the BS. And then there's a difference when people are just toxic, stupid. And then there's a difference when people are just want to be toxic, ultimate toxic. There's levels to this stuff, right? Can't make this stuff up. And realists, I think, the thing with me is the YouTuber or anybody that can influence on any platform, that person, right? So we have YouTube, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, many TikTok, many outlets, right?
Right.
And when you're that person that comes out and you want to be fake to yourself, right? If because you can't really offer, you really can't offer gaming to people because gaming is an art form. It's you got to be creative with it. You got to have the want to. Everybody can't game and perform. Everybody can't do that. So there's places and areas where gamers reside at that are comfortable to them. That's the beautiful thing about gaming, right? People can get into a space where they're good at, and nobody has the right to talk down a person where they're good at in their space, because that's the beautiful thing about gaming. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. And thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming in to support. Make yourselves right at home, chit chat. Make sure y'all grab y'all a pillow or something, man, for tonight. And a big fluffy blanket we got out here for y'all, man. Come sit down and chill out with us, man. Thank y'all.
That's a plan. We're gonna put them to sleep.
Yeah, we don't. We get comfortable, man. If you go to sleep, you go to sleep. It's like watching a good movie, man, and you don't work hard all day. Because I know we and him, we don't work hard all day, and I know you taking a little break, man, from your travels. So, like I said, I really appreciate you coming on here, but I didn't want to lose my train of thought. I just want to tell everybody over there in the chit chat, we see y'all.
All right.
Bear with us, but we're not gonna miss anybody's comments. Bear with us. But you got people who, since they can't bring, stabilized gaming to the issue. No, sick, not tonight, man. I'm doing the realest. The realest. This is really the realest, man. He's gonna shine. He's gonna shine. Listen, look at my boy sick. He's gonna be mad at me. He bugged me today. We're doing this. I'm doing this for him tonight. He wasn't with us the other night.
But
So he
no,
got
look,
me.
hey, because it's been like me seeing you and those dudes trying to tell you to like, hey, let him in. That's why I was talking about it. Hey, but if you want to bring him in, man, it's all good. I mean, but I don't see him really interacting with what you would call the crumb side. I don't see him really like dealing with any of that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, man. I'm not. Look, this isn't even like to a specific target. I don't have a target, right? But we're not gonna sit here tonight and like nobody knows what I'm talking about in the Xbox. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's on Twitter. We got it up there. I don't look, man. We grown men. Nobody up there is scary, bro. Nobody up there is scary. Like I said, nobody's winning awards. Nobody's on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Nobody. All right. So when it comes to Twitter, it's all free game, open season. It's open season, man. I'm no better than nobody else, and they ain't no better than nobody else either. We all humans. That's just the bottom line. But yeah. For real, Sick. For real. And that's sad. Like, I want to say this real quick. All right. I want to say this real quick. Choose how you live your life here wisely. All right. Choose how you live your life here wisely because you're only going to be here one time. Um, People make choices, man. And sadly, when it comes to social media, people want to make themselves feel more important than what they really are, realists. And so when they do that, they go beyond the character name that they've given themselves. Because listen, everybody here has a gamer tag, and that's cool. Nobody's tripping off of gamer tags, right? But the new legal is a way because if I'm out here in these gaming streets and I'm claiming to be a gamer, then how do I access myself to my community? Of course, I give them my gamer tag. It ain't because I'm scared somebody's gonna look me up. Oh, he's not playing games. Least of my concern. That don't even bother me, bro. Look my stuff up. I don't care if you think I'm playing games or not, because I don't buy games based off what somebody else is thinking I should buy or something. I buy games because I want to buy them, and I play the games that I buy when I get ready to play them. I'm not on nobody's watch. So don't let that affect you either. But at least if we're gamers, put your information out there. That's what we're about. We're about the gaming community. And so you have people, man, that a little bit of number count, likes, and things like that. It's like they're worse than the social media models. You know what I'm saying? That go crazy when they don't get likes. They're there for a certain attention that they're craving, right? Well, these dudes are not too far different from that. They already know that the dumber the post, I'm gonna attract the wildebeest. All right. I'll claim to be a centaur, so that way it gives me room whenever I see one side not doing too well, I can flutter over on the other side. But this isn't about the culture of gaming. This is social media. You got to understand the two. Social media is not gaming, and gaming is not social media. All right. So don't get it confused on when you see people. Know the difference, because gamers talk a certain way. Gamers move a certain way. All right. It's a culture. It's in the makeup. Nobody has to sit up here. And as much as I don't like PlayStation, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you I don't have a PlayStation product. I just don't. I mean, not well. I do have a PlayStation product because I have a OG original PlayStation. I keep consoles for like museum artwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm not gonna sit there and front that like I don't have a OG PlayStation controller or OG PlayStation console. I'll be lying to you. Now, have I ever bought one? No. I didn't need to buy one. I never liked it. I never liked the brand enough to where I felt like I needed to waste my money on it. Okay? But that's me. The new legal didn't build Di-RRec Gaming to bash PlayStation. The new legal built Di-RRec Gaming to celebrate the Xbox community and to celebrate the normal people who are just like me, right? Let's don't get it twisted. The bossy ones, the King James, the Daya 4568, the Six Slayers out there, the realists, the Mr. Keemas, to all y'all out there, to the Sonic Echo X's, just the regular people. I'm not here to coattail nobody. I'm not asking for help. It's not what I'm here for. I built this platform so the Xbox community has somewhere to celebrate Xbox and just be glad and be proud that they're Xbox fans. That's it. You don't see me every single day posting about how PlayStation sucks. You don't see that because I don't have to do that. Why do I need to do that? I don't. But what I like to do, I like to show the differences. And because so many people have eaten crow, it's become fun to point out the rights and the wrong. But let me tell you something about pointing out the rights and the wrong. That's always been a part of the culture. So none of these lames out here, regardless of what they say about me, realists, can ever overshadow those truths. I know what I'm doing. I don't have to have a cosigner. I know what I'm doing. And despite if it's popular or it's the where everybody wants to go to and listen, they don't have to. I'm content with the following support that I get. I'm content. I'm content with the chit chat crew because when I listen to the chit chat crew, I see real gamers saying real stuff. I don't need blind followers. Like I said a long time ago, I don't want blind followers. I know, and I've met people like you, realists. Realists, where did you come from? I want you to tell everybody where you came from.
Oh, you mean how we got introduced? Man, I saw
Yep.
you. I saw you on the on YouTube, man. And you made that video. I still don't remember the title. I don't even know if you even know what I'm talking about when I bring it up. But when you talked about the gaming culture, and I think I left about a 2-paragraph comment. One of the few longest was on the gaming channel. But man, you were talking about the culture. And then after that, man, I started to like get into your chats, man. Whenever I could, live, leave comments. But man, I got introduced to you from you finding me through YouTube in the comments in the chat. You know, you talked about gaming culture, and I was like, man, this is different because I mean, a lot of these dudes, they'll talk about a game or they'll talk about a console, but when it all started, it was always about community, playing with people you knew, coming to each other's houses. You know what I mean? When you had a buddy that had one console and you had another one, it wasn't none of this goofy stuff we got going right now, where every day it's like talking junk about a game that you never even have any intention to play. It's about the culture. Xbox was always about, gaming culture, having people play together. I mean, the OG Xbox had the Ethernet, people playing together. And so when you brought up gaming culture, I was like, man, that resonated because it's just a different type of talk. It's more than just about this, graphics or gaming. It's about playing with people and the culture. It wasn't always cool like it is now. Now everybody can play games. You're not a nerd. It's just something that we do. But to answer your question, man, you found me from the chat, like what you call the chit chat room, and in the comments, man. And like I said, it's just different to listen to, somebody like you. I don't even think I know of another guy that it's just about the community that he cares about. Because a lot of even, so-called Xbox guys with other channels, they spend almost as much time as PlayStation dudes do talking about Xbox. If it's about Xbox and that's what you like, cool. You know what I mean? You got people that have different interests, and the people that are in their chats and their comments that they're gonna rock with them because what they say resonates with them. And it was just different. It's cool, man. And then you don't have that huge following to even hit the algorithm. You just came up somehow. You put your thing on mute.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
That's
because
crazy.
when you put it on mute, I don't hear the little noise.
You good, bro. Keep going. Yeah. If
Bro,
I didn't wanna interrupt you, bro. I'm listening. I just want to put it on mute because when I'm typing to the chit chat, I don't want that to be in there when you talking. So that's why I put it on mute. But I can hear you, man. You good.
hey, but I also told you what you have is a talent, bro. Whereas like you could just go off, right? Me, I'll be talking about a specific thing in a topic type of thing. Like you move on to one to the next, and I'm not as good as you with that one. So you know what I'm saying? Don't leave me out here by myself.
Nah, man, you good, brother. You deserve to be heard, realist. And you know, you're right, man. I was impressed by the things you were saying in the chit chat. And like I said, I pay attention. You know this. You know I
Yep.
do.
Yeah.
People don't know that I look at them as fans. I'm a fan of G-Man 2015. I'm a fan of Judah 144. You know,
Man, all these
I'm a
dudes because
fan. I'm a fan of y'all. I want to know what y'all got to say because nobody gives y'all the time of day. But you want to know what's funny? What's funny is everybody expects y'all to like, subscribe to their channels. But they don't want to give y'all the time of day to sound off. You know, but it's you guys that are making our channels. It's y'all that are making our channels. It ain't us. You know, the fans, I don't even call y'all fans. That's crazy for me to call y'all fans. Like I'm this celebrity or something. Celebrities have fans. We're gamers. When did fans ever become in our community? That's what makes it special. I'm just in a gaming community. Hell, those are my gamer homies right there. That's my squad right here. I'm in here with my family, my gaming family. There's no fans here. I'm nobody special. And you know, it goes back to, you know, we sit up here, right? And we see people's origins. We see people, you know, what they built on. You know, what they're built on. And you know, the funny part about it is with me is when you're one of the people that's been out here, right? And you looking from the outside in, right? There's a lot of stuff that you don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know to the T. I had people like 100, for example, to put me up on game, you know, because he had been out here, you know, and he wanted to put me up on game. Just let me know what's going on, what's up, and everything, you know. But, you know, I know a little bit from what the other people before me went through. I don't know everything, you know what I'm saying? Nor do I claim to. But when I see throughout the years, just like the normal people out here see throughout the years, right? We see people who have built their empires, literally built their YouTube channels off of dissing Xbox. Because let me tell y'all something. You want to climb real fast in the gaming community on YouTube? Just front, man, and start talking bad about Xbox. Watch how fast your channel grow. Get stupid and put feathers on yourself and start talking about Xbox and see how fast you grow. You're gonna grow really fast, man, because majority of the people on this social web are PlayStation fans. And all they do is they looking for a mascot. All they do is look for mascots to talk that dumb talk for them. They don't want to be out in the foreground. They don't want to be shown, but they want other people to talk for them. And so these people put on the dresses, they put on the makeup, they put on the wigs, they put on their tap dancing shoes, and they get out here on stage, and every day, you know what I'm saying, they got to make a dumb post about Xbox because that's the only thing they can do. All right? That's the only way. That's their crowd, right? And over the years, this is what gets me the realest. Over the years, they were allowed to do that. Nobody said anything, right? Nobody said it. Everything's fun and dandy. Letting people act stupid all day long, right? And then, you know, you got the Xbox community. As usual, always trying to prove something. That poor old great Xbox community that's always defending. We're always out here defending, you know, defending this great thing that we've created, 20 years strong. We out here looking like nobody has created a gaming platform like we have. There's nobody in the history of gaming that has done what the Xbox community has done. That's facts. That's facts. Because just like Judah said, social media gave them a place to harness their emotions. See, when I didn't have nobody to talk to, when I didn't have no shoulder to cry on, right? Now I have Donkey Express line. It's called my keyboard. And I can express my donkey feelings on Twitter. And I expect grown people to care about what I say on Twitter. And so where I normally wouldn't say anything, now I have the biggest mouth in the room. And when I look to somebody else, right, who may have a big mouth like me, but, you know, they're a little bit more known. So I'm just going to back them up. That's right, 100. And so while they sitting up here building their brand, right, of just dissing Xbox, their channel is growing. It's growing. And while their channel is growing, nobody's saying anything. It's all cool. But then you get a few people on the ground level who know what they talking about and start saying stuff. But because they don't have a platform, it ain't cool to follow them. Well, nah, I get it. And so they become a target because now they're considered haters. Oh, look at these guys. They just haters, man. They're just haters. And so you get people who stop talking because they feel like, well, man, when I say something and I get attacked, then, hey, he's got a strong following. So his followers come in like this dude is brushing their teeth in the morning for them, right? They come in with their emotional rant like he puts their underwear on for them in the morning, right? Puts their socks on. You know? Like this dude puts they school clothes on for him or something. You know, brushes their hair or whatever. Wash their face for them. That's how they come out defending for these clowns, right? And they'll come out defending them. And what it does is it makes a person who feels like, well, man, I don't have that strong following, right, realist? Shuts them up. They intimidate people. Let me tell you what they do. They intimidate the same community that they expect to give them love for on their platform. I ain't scared to talk about it. They know who they are. Some of them cowards that unblock me. Like they block me like I was ever doing anything to them. I don't do nothing to nobody, bro. It's just kind of makes me laugh, you know. I'm gonna unblock the new legal now. Well, go ahead. So I'll bring you to the light. It's just funny now that people really think that, you know, the road to success is about dissing something for so many years, making it work for you. And then when you get told that those tires are looking kind of thin, you know, you might need to change your tires, man, because you've been out here on these streets, riding around, driving recklessly, taking your platform for granted, right? Being foolish on social media, calling yourself dumbass names. Y'all make up dumb names for yourselves. And you want grown-ass men to take y'all seriously. Y'all got silly little elementary names for yourselves, right? Then you come out here throughout the years and you start to find out that it ain't cool dissing Xbox anymore.
Can't just get by doing it no more either.
It ain't cool.
A lot of these dudes, they spent 6-7 years just talking junk about Xbox. Every show or every, you know what I mean, cast that they do, they just sit around talking about Xbox. They got a whole chat full of people cheering them on about how Xbox sucks, fueling the flames, right? So now, see, look, you told me you wanted me to talk about it. See, Phil gave him a warning shot, right? When he was trying to end tribalism, when he was trying to just get people to focus on their games, because he knew what was coming. He knew it was going to be a whole lot of eggs on people's faces. He knew that a lot of people were going to have to flip-flop, turn around, and have to say, hey, I like Xbox. See, but they could have done that a long time ago. Now the Xbox is doing what they're doing, acquiring studios, dropping games that people want to play, right? Because PlayStation guys, they spent this whole year talking about Xbox has no games still, right? And now they see what's going on. They see how 343 retooled. They see Forza is still Forza. We got more games coming. They see those on the horizon. Starfield is coming. Redfall is coming. All these other games from second parties are coming. So they want to get ahead of the curve. They want to come on and say, you know what, man, Xbox is not so bad now. We got to stop bashing these Xbox games, guys. Why? Because they want to be taken seriously now, right? Because they realize how stupid they've been looking. So now, when it comes to us, we got to accept them because we can't rise above what they've done, right? We got to accept what they're doing now by trying to join up or call some kind of truce or be in the middle. They're going to be neutrals. There's no such thing as a neutral. I'm not giving them my view. You know what I mean? Because all of a sudden Xbox is good. Because people who've been playing on Xbox, they've always liked Xbox. Even when Xbox had their little dry spell, we still had games to play. The games we have over here have longevity, right? To them, they don't understand that because they play their games and put them on the resale rack. That's why they fight so hard for physical over there, because they need to go resell them. So we still playing our Gears, our Halo. You got people still playing Master Chief Collection. So we always had something to play, and it's always been good over here. It's not good now just because you got these guys from over there that says, "Oh, it's good now." No, it's always been good, and I'm not gonna patronize anything they do. And like when you were talking about what's his name, Marlon. Now all of a sudden, because he says it's good. We got to ride with him. We got to accept him. We got to forget everything he did. Crap Gamer done found his Lord and Savior in the process of his console warring. You know what I mean? It's going to be a whole lot of that. You know, you have people like me out here telling them, look, you might as well go ahead and get down, man. Because in a minute, you're going to lay down if you don't. It's over for y'all. I mean, all this stuff. Look, when it came to exclusives, we really didn't have anything to say, right? They really did have a trump card. There was really nothing we could say, no comeback we can make in that argument. But now they're not used to getting return fire. They're not used to people saying anything back. They're not used to all this fanboy hate videos coming out from all these guys. You got YouTubers making huge followers just making fun of these clowns because they don't want to give up. So we're gonna have to deal with them dying this slow death. You know, I can applaud that they got a little fight left in them, that they're still out there trying to fight the good fight for PlayStation. PlayStation was taking 5 years to drop a game. There's nothing going to change about that. They got a few studios that we know that they make games on a regular basis. So now when Xbox comes, they got the global publishing deals. We're going to have game after game. Not all of them going to hit. I mean, I'm playing the gunk. I mean, it's not a 10 out of 10, but it's a game that we got while they're sitting over there worrying about who finished what on Halo. And how do they know? Because they went and got an Xbox. They have to come out and say they got an Xbox. They complain about the controllers that we get. We got more controllers than games. Next thing you know, they're posting pictures of their controller. Xbox dropped like 4 controllers in a row, and it's one of those dudes. He posted a picture of every one with a successful order. So some of these dudes, they're gonna play the game. They're gonna act like they've been playing the whole time. They're gonna act like, oh man, it's just entertainment. But nah, man, you partook in that goofy stuff for years. It's still goofy today. Won't you stay over there doing what you do and play your Xbox in silence? I'm not trying to hear these dudes talk right now. I'm not trying to read what they have to say. When I'm bored, I go slap them around on Twitter. You know, I mean, because these guys, man, I don't understand. Like, and I don't understand why there aren't more people, you know what I'm saying, with these channels that are more in line with what you're doing, right? I never understood an Xbox centric or PlayStation or Xbox or PlayStation centric show that spends more time talking about the other side that they don't actually play or what their audience is into. Right? If you talk about PlayStation, everybody in here is I hate Xbox, I hate Xbox. Why y'all talking about it? Because you're not secure in your buying decision, right? You thought you made the right choice because everybody else did it, because you saw it on TV. Your friend had one, so you got one. You're not secure in it because if you were secure in it, you just sit around and go play in it. I listen to dudes who want to talk about Xbox because you guys might tell me about something I want to play. You might tell me about something I miss. Dude, I've never invested the amount of time that you invested in Gears, but man, you make me feel like, man, I might need to put everything down to go play some Gears. You know what I'm saying? That's why you listen to people who are on your platform, people who are partaking in what you have the opportunity to partake in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, it's about to get real. But Phil warned them. They thought it was a joke. Now they see it's not a joke, and now you just look late. You look real goofy because you could have just, you know what? Let me go ahead and be ahead of the curve. Then what? Phil is lying. Jimmy been lying to these dudes for years. So I don't understand why we need to be the bigger people. I'm gonna keep my foot on their neck because they didn't let any one of us up for the past 6 or 7 years. It's like I told you, it's like Harlem Nights. Xbox about to hit him with this rapid fire, and then you got Arsenio Hall with a little pop gun, and we got to tell him to put that little shit away. You know what I'm saying? Bro, stop muting, bro, because I tell you, I can't hear myself talk, so I don't even know if I'm
good,
still
fam.
rolling. I could just look at this
good.
man. I could just look at this circle bouncing, right?
Yeah, you good.
Bro, but my mic, I can normally hear myself talking. That way I know how I sound and everything.
You sounding good, bro. You right. Everything you saying is right, bro. The chit chat's officializing you, bro.
I mean, cause look, man, all of us, we feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody is gonna partake in this console battle and arguing and stuff. I mean, that stuff's fun to me. I grew up doing that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But everybody feels the same way when it comes to what they enjoy, because otherwise they wouldn't even be here. Because that's all you talk about. Ain't gonna be too much PlayStation talk. We're not gonna come in here and talk about how.
No, we don't.
Well, we are, but we aren't gonna talk about how great Hellblade 2 looks in comparison to. You know what I mean? It's gonna be about Hellblade when we kick that off.
What did I say? What did I say I wanted? Right? I said, listen, everybody's gonna keep talking about Xbox, right? But the narratives. See, I saw the narrative start when the day I knew Microsoft was coming with it, the day they created the S, the 1S. I said, man, Microsoft done had enough now. They're getting everything together now. They're gonna start getting everything together now.
With the 1S?
And the donkey community, yeah, the 1S. Because the 1S, the first thing that destroyed was the size issue. Look, man, we had to go from resolution to size of a console. Now, before we even get to that, because I'm gonna go with that, right? You see what goes around comes around, right? This is what's so funny. And my man Jimenez right here, Luis Jimenez right here.
Luis Jimenez.
He's about to kill it because I'm gonna be real slow about hitting it with his comment, but I'm not gonna skip you, man. I'm gonna make sure yours breathe for a minute because what he just said is true. A lot of people don't like to hear people say stuff like that, but this is the streets, man. All right, and I'm not ashamed of the game of streets because the game of streets don't got nothing to lose. They ain't got nothing to hide. So the people you need to be paying attention to are not the YouTubers. They're saying what they had to say for the sake of their channel. They're not going to ever say what really needs to be said because they're not trying to step on nobody's toes. They're not trying to get on nobody's bad side. So they'll never be the people that I side with. Not no YouTuber. Who you kidding? But here it is right here. That says it all. That's it, because the main priority is their channel. The same they ridicule the same community they expect to show support for. That's it. That's what they do, right? And so the thing is this. Here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. I'm loving these comments. I'm loving all y'all's comments, man. Everybody, that's right. Everybody. Yeah, the most beautiful thing is when PC gaming and Xbox gaming merge together from the Windows PC side of things. It didn't make it. Phil was great with that because he was like, look, why are we having a separate community on the same platform? That makes no sense. Let's bridge the gap. That makes sense. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, it's like they expect to just be able to get away whatever they do foolishly with no repercussions. But that's not reality, man. There's consequences for your actions and everything that we do. Everything that we do. You know, it's not wise to be silly all the time. You know, it's all right to jib and jab. Like I said, I come from the real console war. This is why I boldly said in my previous videos, boldly, when I would say that, I'm boldly saying this without a joke bone in my body, that they will not make it through this generation. Did I not say that, Realist?
Facts.
And
Facts.
I said, I know a lot of y'all think I'm playing, but I'm not playing. And I'm not leaving no room for comfort when I say this stuff. Every last one of them is going to fail you. Did I not say that?
Your leaders will fail you.
I said it. They all going to come falling down because I grew up in a real console war era.
Facts.
And we know the outcomes. The outcome always goes to the better product. See, I can sit there and tell people Xbox Series X is the best console out here. I can say that. And I'm going to have people be like, nah, man, the PlayStation 5 is better, right? And that's cool. We got different opinions. But is mine really an opinion? It's not.
Nope.
It's a fact.
Yep.
You know
That's
what
I'm
I'm
about to say.
Right. It's a fact.
You got to tell me why.
Exactly. Now you get those. Well, why? Well, this console has more power. It has more abilities. There it is right there. The power gives it the abilities. So when we say power, we ain't just talking about resolution and how fast it go. That's part of it. And really, you're more computer knowledge than I am, but that's part of it. But something can't have technological leap groundbreaking features if it doesn't have the power. That's number one. Second, it has the performance. It has the performance. Third, it has the visuals. So when you put features in between those three building blocks for a console, you're going to have a superior experience, period. And Xbox told us boldly that I am going to be a 60 frames per second base console. That means 60 frame rates per second is the minimum. It boldly said that. We don't have to worry about 30 frames per second games. Excuse me when I messed up. But we don't have to have that because I was actually thinking about something when I said that. But this console has been screaming about what it was going to be able to do way ahead before its release. It was warning people. It was telling people. People doubted on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But you know, that was the one that shook the industry up when they found out that that game was going to be running 60 frames on the Xbox Series X. We see the quick resume. You remember the smart delivery. We saw smart delivery with Cyberpunk 2077. Everything that the Xbox said it was going to do, it did it. It sold itself. And I'm a day one purchaser of both. I have the S and I have the X. Nobody can tell me anything. Can't tell me anything. I got both of them. And they're pretty much the same, except for the S just can't push the resolution as great as the X. That's the only difference.
And that's not why they made it.
Same console. Now, that's what's amazing to me, that Microsoft was able to make two distinctive consoles, and the only difference in that console is the power, of course, the power spec. But that power spec really isn't off. It's not for what the S does. But you're paying for a resolution drop. That's what you're paying for. That's it, basically. The S can pretty much do what the X can do. It just has a hard time. That extra power that the X has is specialized for the graphics. It's specialized for that resolution. That's the part of the S where it's weaker at. But it'll play. And if this xCloud has presented itself to be true, right? It won't matter because the xCloud's gaming port, well, not gaming port, I should say gaming port, but gaming stream is created off the Xbox Series X experience. So let's just say you have an Xbox Series S and you have a 4K TV, OLED. Let's say you have an OLED. We know by the specs of the hardware for the Xbox Series S, I'm sorry, that the qualifications can only go up to 1440p or dynamic 4K to some extent, just depending on the game. But if it's xCloud streaming to your S, it can put it at that resolution because it's streaming off of the power of the X version, not the S version. That's what makes that beautiful. Because now by the cloud, you're not going to be short-handed because you don't have an X. And so you can have the original Xbox right now, right? You can put it on a 4K TV. You have the cloud. Let's say you want to play Halo Infinite. Well, there you have it. There you have it. Your TV is able to put out the input of 4K. The X Cloud is a software feature that comes from the power of the X. Well, then there you go. It doesn't matter. That's the beautiful thing about the cloud. It just needs a host. That's right, Dia. That's right. And also to people who are not wanting to spend a lot of money. They don't have to. And so when you see people who have talked against stuff like Game Pass, what real gamer would have talked against Game Pass? You've seen these idiots do that. Even when Game Pass came out back in 2017. This is how long this has been going. So the realist wasn't lying when he said 67 years, probably longer than that. I would say 8 to 9 years that they've been this dumb out here. You know, I guess some things get boring, right? You hit enough brick walls. Like I told the realist, you think anybody intentionally runs into a brick wall today? Like really just run as fast as you can and don't stop yourself and just run face flat into a brick wall. See if that don't hurt you, right?
Hey, if you want to call ponies people, then yeah.
You know, they're getting tired of running into a brick wall trying to make the Xbox look bad. And the Xbox dropping games after game. Remember when we started laughing when we said, well, you know, it's sad because little Susie ain't going to have no games under her Christmas tree. Little Bobby ain't going to have no PlayStation games under his Christmas tree. But yet, Xbox supposed to suck. And Xbox got all these games coming out in just 1 month. I didn't believe December would be this loaded with games. They, you know, Xbox, when we saw that documentary, man, that documentary couldn't have came out any better at the most. It came out at the most perfect time. So people who've been hating on Xbox, who never gave Xbox the chance to learn its history, or never gave Xbox a chance to play it and see if they liked it, if they looked at that documentary, you can't walk away from that documentary feeling like, man, damn, I wasted a lot of time being dumb. These guys over here and these ladies and gentlemen over here, you know, they really put their blood, sweat, and tears for that platform. Yep, that's right, Lewis. That's right. And you know, it's funny because when you watch that documentary, you're not the same. You feel even more proud about being an Xbox gamer. And you know you see how you know, God bless that kid at the time. He's still alive today, 20 years later, because Xbox never forgot about him. He was able to be a part of the documentary. He was the first guy in line. You know, he took that bus trip. See, listen to the stories, man. Listen to some of our comrades, right? This kid took a bus fare up to New York to get in line to get an Xbox. Didn't know he was going to be the very first dude, right, in line. And I didn't even know Bill Gates gave him that for free and said that to him. Here, take it. You're the first one. I'll pay for that.
Send him home in a limo, too.
And right, because he talked to him. So see, if you know anything about the people of Xbox, that was right on time. Because they don't act like they're different from you. They will talk to you. So Bill Gates You know, he didn't just hear it, pass it on, and that kid being the first one there had no what you call no existence. He made it a point to talk to him. Hey, you know, you the first one. Where you from? You know, how'd you get here? He's like, man, I drove a bus. Oh no, oh no, you won't be driving a bus. You won't be riding a bus. I'm sorry, you won't be riding on that bus going home. You're gonna go home a champion. They sent that kid back to where he was up, like my man really said, in a limo.
Bro,
That,
did you hear? He
that's
was
the
like,
community I'm a part of.
yo, did you hear the Bill Gates, right? He said Bill Gates had been practicing because he wanted to beat the players. And he tried, but he couldn't beat me. Man, there's so much that went on in that documentary, man. Like if you're an Xbox hater and you one of those guys that say Xbox is always in third place, like it sheds some light on a whole lot of topics, man. See, Bill Gates was always behind Xbox once they sold him on it, but he was already on his way out, and Ballmer was already set up to come in, and Ballmer was, you know, a money guy. He just if it makes dollars, we don't waste money, we just make money, right? No investments. But if you look at the change that the organization is going through now, it's a totally different ball game. See, those guys have to fight against Microsoft to get Xbox on the ground. And so now when you get to where we are now, because see, you've said that Xbox is now part of PC, something along those lines. But Xbox is or Microsoft has always been in gaming. Since gaming, you know, since they were able to. I think the Flight Simulator, Age of Empires, those are about as old as we are. And Phil is primarily a PC gamer. So you see him, and he gets to thinking, you bring him in there. I mean, that dude is just a gamer. When you merge the two, why are we alienating where we started? You have to bring everything back to the basics, not just Xbox. You know what I mean? We got out of gaming. We started to try to get into entertainment, right? They were too far, and I've been saying this even before the documentary. They were too far ahead, right? Connect was spying on you. Now you got people lining up on waiting lists to order an Alexa to spy on them voluntarily, right? This whole TV thing. Every console, even the weak Switch, has movie streaming apps. You know, well, Microsoft wanted to be like Apple. They wanted to sell music. They wanted to sell movies. I mean, they still have the little movies, but I think they're pretty much out of the music part, and they just teamed up with Spotify. But Xbox has come a long way, man. Where now you have a guy in who's been there from the beginning, watching everything unfold. And when you give a guy like that, I mean, he is doing what any one of us would have done in this position, right? Outside of maybe put games on PC the way they are, day one and things like that. But we would all make sure that Microsoft allocated more resources towards actually producing games. You got into the gaming console business to create games. This is for games, not TV. So now you get to where we are now. We still have to wait for some of these games to come out, but we know they're on the way. We know $1 trillion company didn't buy companies for decoration. And I heard them say that they regretted letting Lionhead go. You know, I heard all kinds of rumors about Bungie that they never owned Bungie. They bought Bungie and let them go. That's the type of leadership that was leading Microsoft at the time. Gaming wasn't first. Gaming wasn't taken seriously, but now it is. And these guys gonna have to deal with that. You got $1 trillion company that says we want to rule gaming, and that's a big problem. When you come in at this company with $250 billion and then at $2.5 trillion.
Realist. Say it again, man, for the people in the back. You have almost a $3 billion company saying
trillion.
I'm sorry. A $3 trillion company saying they ready to take over gaming, man. They ready to put gaming on the map. And when you got a big bank like that, it's hard to stop that. And you know, like I said, man, Microsoft is very tactful and strategic. When you think about Bill Gates and them, man, when we were watching that documentary, since we're on that, what got me was that Microsoft was literally a young company. Okay, it just came out, young company, but the people that were running Microsoft were young men. Well, they said the average age was 27 years old.
Yep.
He said, "Well, we were these hackers, man. We were these hackers that went along with this other hacker who created this business. So it was a company of hackers. This is why Microsoft couldn't be faded in the early stages, man. These guys were really technical wizards, and like they said, Bill Gates knew that PC, man. He knew that PC unlike anybody else. So Bill Gates, as a young man, think about it, man. They were like, we were young. We didn't even know how to run a business. We didn't even have that business mindset to take things so serious all the time. They would have parties up in there. You know what I'm saying? They'd be running around because they were young men, dude. They were in their 20s. They don't know what life is all about yet, but here they are sitting up here growing this company. And they knew the ins and outs. They knew this stuff. And so when you think about the PC community and the PC world as it is, it wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for Microsoft. Microsoft had like literally 90% of the PC market at one time. And they were too dominant that, they had to make rules to cut them back, laws to get it taken away from them so they didn't rule it so much like that. They had to let these other small little companies come in. IBM and Apple wouldn't even be existing if Microsoft didn't spare them. Microsoft was running things, man. They didn't have to spare them, but they did because of their attitude. We saw that documentary, man. They wasn't taking gaming seriously. You had 4 passionate people who wanted to bring console gaming to Xbox. To Microsoft. And you gotta look at it. You're looking at these tech guys, and they're like, why should we invest in hardware? That was a software technological company. So when you think about it, realist, when you really, really, really think about it, Microsoft has now mastered a hardware space and a software space. How you gonna beat them? Because it takes a lot of money. This is why Phil Spencer said what he said when he concerning the cloud. He said, look, other companies can say what they want and say, they can talk about the cloud this, cloud that. But we're not here just talking about cloud this, cloud that. We have our cloud. And we spent what? Billions of dollars over tens of years of billions of dollars. Right. So you're talking about 10 years plus of billions of dollars to invest in this infrastructure we have. So unless you've done that, we ain't even worrying about what they say. See, that was saying something. Okay. When you look at what Microsoft can bring to the table today, nobody else can bring what Microsoft brings to the table today. It tells you what companies, what they invested in. Okay, Nintendo right now. The biggest thing that Nintendo can invest in is their people, is their culture. And the reason why it's so delicate and so beautiful to Nintendo is because what Sony did to Nintendo when the Sony was trying to rip Nintendo off back in the, and it ain't because Sony. It's not so much that Sony was his bad guy, Nintendo was his good guy. Let me tell y'all what's up on that. To be honest, in the shortest story, shortest movie that I could come up with from the beginning to the end. Here's the movie. You reap what you sow. Nintendo was able to survive their consequences, their trials and tribulation. Nintendo was doing some shiesty stuff too in the 80s when they ruled with an iron scepter. Appreciate that, David VGS. You already know, homie. You already know. So the bad practices, and when we really look at it as bad practices, but it really wasn't when you really think about it, because Nintendo kind of in a way earned the respect to say, listen, you come through us, because up until Nintendo, a console wasn't a worldwide sensation. It was just a market sensation. Nintendo is the first to do the worldwide sensation. It was successful in the East and successful in the West. Before that never happened before. So they had got that clout. They had got that that pride, their chest out to where they can front and floss on anything. And so they were making it rough on those developers. I got the hiccups. But they made it rough on those developers. And when Sega knew that, so when Sega made it easier, look what Xbox did. Xbox learned a lot from Sega. When Sega made things easier for the devs had no hesitation but to run the Sega. And they did that. They did that. And so, excuse me for that, but they did that. And so now you have the respect on Sega's side, and Sega was able to grow because Sega had the what? The respect of the developers. And wherever the respect of the developers go, that system is going to thrive. It took Microsoft years to get that respect back because the devs love making games on Xbox. See, that's the misconception. That was that theory. See, when you're online listening to these donkeys all day, and it ain't just the donkeys. You never hear the gaming media. All right, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this tonight, y'all. We vibing tonight. I'm with my family. I'm with my Xbox community. So let's warm our hands up. Let's do this. Y'all know how I get down. Let's do this. We ain't scared of nothing on Di-RRec Gaming. This is what we built this for. Here we go. The reason why y'all don't see the gaming media talk Xbox language is because the gaming media has never been a part of the Xbox community like that. There's one dude that I know that can do it. And I will say this, I don't really care too much about him, but he can. And that's Ryan McAfee. He's the only one. He's the only one that knows our language but because it's not in the best interest for the overall gaming media for IGN, it can't come out like that all the time. It always got to be some up and down stuff with him, or people in his chamber screwing things up with the Xbox community and stuff. But it's not like that guy doesn't know Xbox. He knows Xbox. He's an Xbox guy. I will give him that. But I mean, look, where is he? I mean, it's not like, he's out here really speaking the language. He just knows our community. He does. And he's an OG day one. I give him that credit. But where do we go? And I mean, all the outlets of Xbox, the Xbox community don't support it. So why is that, realist? Why is that? There's a reason, right? Wolf of Darkness, and I'm going to get to my man, and I want to say thank you, man, for that right there. Thank you for that. Thank you for that donation, Wolf of Darkness. I appreciate you, bro. I'm going to put you up. But why is it that, have y'all ever sat there and wondered, why is it like it is? There's a reason, man. It doesn't benefit the industry to fully support Microsoft. Not when these cats are built off of Sony's PlayStation. And we know through the documents and everything else, IGN and some of them other gatekeepers, they tied in with Sony. We know this. This ain't no mystery. We know all of this stuff. To the Jeff Keighley and all of them. And that ain't got nothing. And look, I'm not saying that to say those people are bad or whatever, but what do they do as gaming journalists to keep the community fresh, to keep the community in a positive upbeat? So Wolf of Darkness says, great podcast, Legal. Keep it up, man. Yo, great support from you, Wolf Darkness, man. Thank you, man. Right back to you, bro. Right back to you. They do this type of stuff, and they sway just like the rest of these lame YouTubers do. They sway. But here's the secret. Media is always going to go with the best product. This is how we knew what was going to happen. When that X came out, I said, uh-oh. I did my research, and before, it was months. I started like in March or April of 2020. My man Clutch Kill. When I was in Nebraska working on the turbines, man, I started doing my studies and I started making videos solely about the future of this console. And I was very interested in. And at that time, fam, the Xbox magazine was still out. So I had those ordered up because I was away from home. So I was reading those books. I was learning a lot because I like to do that. And so when I really got into this creation over here and I was really paying attention, I was like, man, Xbox may swing this tide around real heavy this generation, because if it's true, you know, to what I'm seeing, we might be looking at the biggest comeback ever in gaming history, ever. And I'm telling you that when you saw in the documentary, what you saw was a multi-billion-dollar company not knowing what to do with a console space. And you saw them at first. Hey, can y'all help us build it? You see, Microsoft didn't get no help. I just want y'all to think about this. They got no help. So then they was like, man, you know what? Let's just buy Nintendo. Nintendo didn't want to be bought. Come on. That would have went against the culture. So Microsoft was like, look, we're technological. Let's get in here and just build our own. So what does that tell you about Xbox? And then people wonder why Xbox has Game Pass, why we're getting all these games for free and stuff like that when we just pay for a subscription. Because there's this word that's true. It's called self-integration. And when you can make your own products, your prices are low. You don't have to sell them for high. This is why people don't understand Samsung, because Samsung's prices are up high. You know why? Because they can't make their own products. They have to pay another company to make their own products. But then you see the American mindset when they look at TCL, right? They'll look at TCL and say, man, that TV's cheap, man. Look at that price. That TV ain't worth nothing, man, because the price is cheap. But if you decide to leave your narrow-minded ways and get on a plane and go discover this beautiful world, you land yourself in China, you're going to find out real soon that TCL is the #1 TV over there. And that TCL is like the God TV. And that TCL is the leading brand for the ESPORTS tournaments over there in China. So it's like the #1 brand in the Eastern world. And so they're self-integrated. They create their own stuff. So TCL don't have to charge people an arm and a leg for their TVs. And through the years, right? You know, remember how TCL came out of nowhere? They were the laughing stock. But now TCL had to be quiet, stay humble. Because I remember when TCL first came out, how they wanted to get in with Dolby Vision. They was like, yeah, we're going to get. They was like, wait a minute. Y'all going to do Dolby Vision? Wait a minute. Isn't that like what the top brands do? How you going to put all this stuff into your TVs and sell them for $400, $500? It was like, bro, because we build our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we believe in future tech. See what I'm saying? We want to invest in Dolby. Now look at this. We're a Chinese market, but we want to invest in Dolby. Because if our plans are to be worldwide, then we have to respect the other cultures and respect the other brands across the world. So yeah, Dolby, we want to partner with them. They was a partner with Call of Duty. They didn't even do monitors over there. They used the TCL TVs for Call of Duty championship tournaments and stuff. It's crazy. And then you saw TCL come out of nowhere and end up being third in the world now, second in the US. That's crazy when you think about that. It's Samsung, LG, TCL in the world. But in the United States, TCL second behind Samsung. That's insane.
Really?
Facts.
I mean, I bought one.
Second. And it's because of what you're buying for, right? People love the deal.
Right.
Like
the price.
Said. Yeah. You're going to give me a $700, $800 TV and I got Dolby Vision, then it doesn't matter. See what I'm saying? Because Dolby Vision is Dolby Vision. You got Roku, so you got free TV. You got free TV services, streaming service. what, 400, 500, 600, some, maybe thousands of channels right at your dispense. The TV is built in. It's a Roku TV. You know, when it started selling, people started talking. The word of mouth helped TCL grow. So when you look at Xbox, right, through all its failures and its ups and downs, the word of mouth of its fans is what kept it there. And Xbox knows that. They know that. That's what we're getting now is the fruits of the labors and the enjoyment of community gaming of Xbox and the Xbox team and all those people, the blood, sweat, and tears throughout the history. We're reaping. We're reaping from them. We're getting the benefits from their hard work. Does it seem like Microsoft is hiding from anybody? Nope. They made a documentary. They put it all out there. Where's Nintendo at? Where's PlayStation at? They're not transparent. I would love to see one of their videos. Let's do a documentary. I would love to see it. You know, and it's truthful because they don't have a story like that.
It's not a story of triumph, man.
Yeah, I mean the ups and downs of Xbox sure wasn't because Nintendo was going to put them out the game or PlayStation was going to put them out the game. Nah, they were world leading. They were the world leading market console maker because of two things: online gaming and live and services. So what made Xbox? Service and online. Community gaming is what made Xbox. And when they did that, man, the celebrities, everybody got involved with Xbox throughout the years. Xbox, the reason why they hated on it is because the PlayStation community was envious of us from day one. They was proud that the Dreamcast failed. I was there. I say it to people all the time. That PlayStation community wasn't sad because the Dreamcast failed. They were happy. I was there. I lived through it. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I knew the Dreamcast wasn't going to make it. That's why I never bought it. I kept my Genesis. I was like, bro, it ain't going to make it. It ain't going to make it. Sega's switching up too much. Not going to make it, man. They need to settle down. Well, all Sega had to do was keep pushing the Genesis. We didn't need no Sega Saturn. Push the Genesis. The Genesis was your name. Sega Genesis was your solid version for Sega consoles. The Genesis was. All they had to do was keep pushing that. They didn't have to make no Dreamcast. They had to change up no name. They did that to themselves. They were trying to do too much and didn't. Let me tell you what messed up Sega. They were not in tune with their community. The same thing that almost cost Xbox. When you look at the documentary, Xbox was doing all this stuff and really just wasn't paying attention to their community. They were looking at it as a business standpoint. We just put it out here, they'll buy it. Same thing what Sony's doing right now. Anything they do, we'll buy because they love us. They love us. Whatever we do, we good. But when they messed up on their own, when that Red Ring of Death came out, it woke them up. See, like that lady said, brands sometimes don't survive, right? Some brands don't survive. And that almost became true with Xbox. But because Xbox was able to get past the Red Ring of Death due to its fans did that. The Xbox fan did not want to see Xbox die. And when they got through that, from that point, Xbox has been trying to figure it out. And when they got that 360 up there running, they got past that. Okay, they lost their way with Don Magic because Don Magic was trying to sabotage it. He was trying to sabotage Xbox. They got rid of him, and they put Phil in. That was the best decision they did because what ended up happening was they understood now that we have to give it over to the gamers. If we want to know how to succeed with a console, let's just listen to the ones who've been taking care of us for the last, 13 years. See what I'm saying? It's easy. And the reason why we're where we're at today is because Xbox paying more attention to their customers. Now, you tell me a gaming company that pays attention to its customers, like Microsoft is doing right now.
None of them.
There you go.
None of them.
They
That's why
still in
that's why that's so consumer friendly. I mean,
There you
but
go.
those guys, they lose a lot of spirit as the time goes, man. Like, because back in the day, that's why people love what was his name? Man, I can't remember his name. The guy from Nintendo. You lose the soul of your company when a guy like that goes. When you bring a guy like Phil, see, Xbox never really had soul. If you listen to the video, a lot of guys, they were not confident, right? And they didn't know how they were gonna get it done. And you get a guy like Phil in, he knows how to get it done. He just needs the backing. They never really had a guy like that at the helm. It was always about trying to see how much money can we make without losing money. But also trillions of dollars will change that for you too. So that's why, things have changed now. We got a guy in who actually cares about gaming.
Facts, fam. And you know what? Again, look at Lewis. Lewis just said another facts. And that's what separates us right there. That's what separates us right there. We're not a community that cries and whines and threatens people and want people fired and let's do petitions and things like that. We give people a chance to correct themselves. We give the people in our community a chance. And so we sit there and we keep supporting because we know if we don't support, how easy it is to get ridiculed. Being an Xbox fan ain't nothing easy. It's not easy, man. You going against the grain. And then when you watch that documentary, that's what they were doing. They were rebels. They was rebels. Rebels with a cause. They wanted to go against the grain. They wanted to get into this gaming space and stir up something. I'm a part of that community. That's right where I need to be. That's right where the new legal needs to be at, in that community. I don't need to be in that community that thinks it's supposed to win all the time, feel privileged and, I'm entitled. That's not gaming, bro. That's not gaming. I gotta lie to myself and to the masses that every game that drops is a 10 out of 10 over here. Come on, man. Y'all played yourselves. And you wasn't fooling anybody. And you can clearly see that the game ain't 10 out of 10. Oh, that's the best looking game. No, it's not. There's games already out that look better than it. Nobody was fooled with that nonsense. The train on that track just had to run its course. And that's all it was. It took 8 years to crash, hit that brick adamantium vibranium wall that can't be destroyed. And the train blew up. So now you got everybody jumping the train car. Now everybody wants to come over to the Xbox. You know why? Because we got games like Halo Infinite. We got games like Forza Horizon 5. We got games like the Gunk. We got games like the Crossfire X. And all these games are coming out. If I'm missing another one, let me know that's coming out real soon.
Oh, man, there's a lot of them. You got Stalker coming out.
Yeah, Stalker 2 coming out. It's so much to do that we as a community can't even keep up with. We can't keep up with it. And that's the beauty of being an Xbox gamer. Because they try to throw every narrative out there on us, right? They built their empires dissing Xbox. Xbox has no games. So look how stupid you look today. If Xbox has no games, why are y'all buying Xbox to play games on
it? Because it was never about gaming. It was always just about being silly and being encouraging. Goofy. Yeah, being goofy and encouraging like these youngsters to just be silly with it, right?
Yeah, now I want to pause you right there. You just said something right there. So you got these grown men that rather lead the youth into a bunch of goofiness.
Exactly.
You see that?
Exactly.
You see that? Instead of building up a community, staying where you like, or even if because there's no such thing as a neutral. Nobody's falling for that trick, that stunt. There's no such thing as being a neutral. No such thing. Not on social media, because the minute you criticize, the minute you make a post about any console, you're no longer neutral. So if you're a neutral, we don't see you. That's the art of being a neutral, because you're happy with anything that ever happens. And neutrals don't move the gaming industry because they're content. I'm a neutral. I don't see nothing wrong with nothing. Okay, so if you're neutral, go over there in that corner over there where all the rest of them neutrals at. We trying to better the community, so we don't need none of that. We don't need none of that right now. You know, what cracks me up is them so-called neutrals where they got something to say, but they're neutral. Man, shut up.
Man, ain't no such thing as a neutral. All right. It doesn't matter what it is. Something has to be better to you. Right. I like them equally better. That's not true. You make your decision based off of something, right? Normally it's going to be price or something like that, but you like something better. Either like Xbox better, you like PlayStation. Ain't nothing wrong with that. This whole neutral stuff is just so you can play both sides.
Right.
So you can feel like you got a place in everywhere you go. But people who pay attention know who's who, know who's associated with who, what they really like, because you're going to play yourself. You're going to give yourself up. So all these people talking about they're neutral, I own all consoles. And then you got some of these people that buy a console just to talk junk about it. They feel like just because I say I bought an Xbox, it validates their stupid opinion. Right?
Right.
I don't even know if you can even consider an opinion. It's just something that you can say for other goofy people to give you a like.
Now watch this.
Say good job.
Watch this, realist. PlayStation ain't that important for me to go buy just to say it's garbage or something. It's not that important. See, I don't have to go to those drastic measures, right? It is what it is over here. I'm like my man Sonic Echo X said today. When you have that buffet and you full on that buffet, those side dishes don't mean nothing to you. I don't have room for side dishes. So I'm not over here. Listen, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I don't have consoles. I do. But you ain't going to find the name, the new legal on them. So if you're looking for the new legal, you know where he's at.
Hey, bro, you see what Sonic said, huh?
Put a car in neutral and it can be pushed in any direction. That's it. But here's another thing, though. You're going to still have to have somebody steering that wheel to go in that direction. So a neutral gets steered by something. That's why we always said ain't nothing. There's no such thing as it. If he opens up his mouth, that means there's somebody in that driver's seat. Because a neutral, you don't hear it. And that car don't move until somebody pushes it. That's it. You can push them around. That's it. Gotcha, man. So that you got to understand something, man. I don't think the community is dumb. I just think the community wants people to be dumb for them. There's a certain group of people who are cowards, who can't speak for themselves, and they need lames like these guys to do it. They must hate Xbox that bad to where they need these mascots for them. And so now, because, their fans are just normal people without platforms, they don't really have an echo. They can't echo anything. So when you see these guys now proclaiming that Xbox is all of a sudden great, see, that's the key thing. All of a sudden now, they want to tell everybody in the world that the Xbox Series X is great and that the PlayStation community shouldn't make fun of it. What? You're not in the position to say that.
Yeah. See all of a sudden it's great because you said so.
Right. Because the same way you didn't demand respect for being stupid, it's the same way you can't expect people to respect you now for changing on them, for trying to smarten up. You can't expect that. So you can't be mad like the idiot today. Talking about, they were calling me a flip-flopper. You are. They would call me this because I said this. And I don't glorify any plastic box. No, we see that. What you glorify is stupidity. That's what we see. What you've been doing all these years had nothing to do with gaming. So now all of a sudden you want to come and tell people about how they should think about gaming now. You're not in the position to do that. You're not in the position to do that. Some of y'all lost y'all stripes long time ago. Now you just sit up in there trying to be slick, you act like you got some intelligence. What's the sense of trying to act like we knew you was smart? We knew you wasn't dumb, right? A lot of y'all know how to make your content look all pretty on YouTube. We know you're not dumb people. You chose to be dumb, and for that, you played yourself. You played yourself. You played yourself for the sake of gaming. So all that stupidity clown work you put up there for what? To put you right in the position where you at today, right? I told you was going to hit that brick wall, and I told you you're going to fail your fan base. I said that because there's no way you can expect the media to keep following suit with your stupidity. The media can't even do it. The media can't even do it. The media can't do it. As much as they want to sit here and pretend on how great the Xbox Series X is, but like when they used to write those articles and talk about next gen, and they would try to put the PlayStation 5 in the same sentence, and I used to call that out. You don't see that no more. Why is that? Why when we talk next gen gaming and we talk about all this beautifulness in the next gen culture, the PlayStation 5 doesn't get mentioned anymore? See what I'm saying? It has to do with timing, bro. All in due time. Like they say about the truth. The truth comes out and reveals itself in due time. All you have to do is sit still. And like my man Jimenez said tonight, the Xbox community sits still. We support without movement. We know how to sit there and support. And because we know how to support, really support, our brand is shining. We don't just talk about it. The proof is in the pudding. Game Pass is a threat. We saw what Netflix did. People thought Blockbuster was going to be around forever. Netflix came in. Where's Blockbuster today? So if you don't think that Nintendo, why you think Nintendo trying to change up and get a service now for you to play old games on it? Really? That's all you can offer? Well, look at PlayStation. They don't even want to hear PSN anymore. That name couldn't stand up no more. It can't stand up no more. When you say PSN, it has a negative reaction to it now. Oh, that crappy service, man. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't sit well. And Sony knows that. That's why they want to change the name. They want to get away from it. But you know what? Xbox Live is still here. Game Pass Ultimate is still here. Services are doing beautiful. Because that's what Game Pass Ultimate is. It's Live and Game Pass mixed together. That's all it is. And so in 4 years, by next year, this is easy. This is an easy prediction. I said 40 million at the end of this year. But next year, it's a sealed fate. Next year, in its 4th year going strong, Game Pass been and hit over 40 million subscribers, right? And it did it in 4 years, where it took PS Plus 10 years to do that. Think about that.
See, we comparing two different things, though. See, that's just internet service. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when you think about it, it is. But hey, they still trying to put you on games. So it still has to do with gaming.
No, what I'm saying is, it's like you can't compare Game Pass to nothing PlayStation done, right? You compare Live to PS Plus, right? They do the same thing, give you internet and a couple of free games every month. PSN, what are they doing? They're gonna give you more old games in a subscription. The power of Game Pass is that you get to play new games day one, no additional cost.
Facts. That's unlike anything out there.
And you won't get anything else out there like that. Not for a while.
Now, who do you think can afford that? Who you think Nintendo can put Mario out there day one without charging anybody anything?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. They don't need to. Like
they couldn't do it forever. They couldn't.
They couldn't. But
Nintendo has a big bank.
They don't have enough bank. They don't have enough bank for that.
They got a big bank. I said. I ain't saying no. I said they got a big bank. But it would not be feasible. Sony, on the other hand, yeah, you count them right off the bat. Count them out the game.
look, see, Sony's making strategic partnerships if you pay attention. When you sign down with Epic, then you sign it down with Tencent. Tencent has access to all that. Tencent was worth nearly $1 trillion back in what last year until the Chinese government messed with all these Chinese companies. So they have partnerships. They can make it happen. They won't be able to do it on their own like Xbox can. Xbox has the money and the infrastructure already set up in place to take care of it. Whereas PlayStation, they can't do it alone, but they can do it. They're gonna do it, right? They already got Azure, right, in the back pocket. They haven't signed a deal yet. It's not official yet, but it's already in the works. But what they can't afford to do is take losses. Can't afford to take losses on games because PlayStation is Sony. So if you take your games off the rack, you don't get those initial sales. You need that money so that people who invest in your company can still have faith and leave their money in your stock. So no, nobody else can do it right now. Not alone. It's going to take partnerships for Sony. It would for Nintendo. But if we're honest, people just aren't buying games. I mean, they'll buy Nintendo games. We've been buying Nintendo games since the 80s. But when it comes to Sony, when it comes to Microsoft, they're not selling 40 million units like Nintendo is. So we need people to just play the games. We need people to just give these games a chance. That's where Game Pass comes in. Because I can tell you, I wouldn't have bought the gunk, not unless it was dirt cheap. But since it's in
Now
Game
you
Pass,
said
I'm gonna jump
something.
on it.
Right. You said something. Notice the difference. Other two companies put out services so you can play old games, right? But here's a key thing. Nobody ever said those services are helping to build the future, right? Xbox has ID at Xbox within Game Pass. So Microsoft is not only putting out a service, but it's putting out a platform service to bring out new devs. This is why we got the gun. Because the gun was sitting up in the ID at Xbox program and it made the cut. And Microsoft likes the story. They like the way it's going with it. So they put a little bit, they gave them some more little resources to make that game even more elaborate than what it is. They made the girl, little black girl, brought some diversity in there. The woman that's the voice of the young lady, the young black girl in that game is from G4. So everything's relative, man. And look at it. It's a beautiful little game. Something we can get into. Something that's a new IP. See, that's the power of it. And if more people play and like it, guess what? It opens up for a sequel. Now you have a sequel. And you just grew the industry, right? Because now we have a new game out there. That's the difference. It's deeper than just who has the games, who can make it put a platform, but who is really actually doing something.
Bro, Reggie
Microsoft is
Fils-Aimé
actually
told her.
doing something.
Bro, Reggie Fils-Aimé said the gaming industry is better because of Microsoft. They're the only ones with the capacity to actually put or propel it forward. These other companies, they make games, and that's all they can do. But Microsoft has taken gaming to a place, like you mentioned with the cloud, to a place that no one else can take it to. Because they have games that they make themselves, they publish, and then they are able to introduce us to new games like the gunk, right? And just like you said, that's what I've always said. A Plague's Tale. With A Plague's Tale, you get introduced to that game, and when the sequel comes out, everybody's looking forward to it now.
Yeah, that's right, man. And look what it did. It brought forth a sequel, didn't it?
Yeah, it's about people playing games. Like these guys keep saying, "Oh, we don't buy games on Game Pass." No,
So what?
Game Pass is for Microsoft games.
It's not right. The thing is, Game Pass isn't built that we must buy games, dummy. It's built that we play the game. This is
Facts.
not
And
your
if you like it,
typical
you pay for it.
traditional. Right. This is not your typical traditional business model plan. Microsoft made Game Pass strictly from the pleasure of their hearts. That's their way of saying thanks for everything that y'all done for us. We here. This is for you guys. And people don't understand that. Game Pass is the direct pleasure of Microsoft for the Xbox brand. They're giving back to their community by way of that service right there. They created a special needs controller, right? The adaptive controller for special needs gamers, so that special needs gamers have access to play video games in a better setting with their disabilities. Microsoft's covered all ground when it comes to gaming. They've covered all ground of culture, and they still learning and getting better. This is why I respect my Xbox brand. This is why I can say on my channel, hey, look, I ain't going nowhere. I don't have no reason to. Microsoft makes it hard for me to go anywhere else. Nothing wrong with that. Can't sell me another console without trying to lie to me about it. I don't have to. I don't have to about the Xbox. Yes, I have a Switch. So what? Okay, I got a Switch. Big deal. Who cares? Does that make me a better gamer? Does that make me better than you? No. Does that make me somebody special? No. Oh, well, I also got a PC. I do too. I'm using one right now to do this show. Who cares? So what? I mean, at the end of the day, none of that has anything to do with gaming. Your gaming experiences and your knowledge of your gaming experience is what has everything to do with gaming. So while you asking me what I got, my question is, what are you playing? That's gamer talk. What are you playing tonight? I ain't playing anything. All right, well, we don't need to talk about nothing there, because I'm talking about gaming, bro. I'm just trying to see what you was playing, man. You ain't playing anything, so our conversation is over with. You want to do Young and the Restless and All My Children and Days of Our Lives. That's what you want to do. You want to do reality shows. You want to do Love and Hip Hop. That's what you want to do. Or what is it? America's Next Top Model, or what do you call them? Hollywood
Dancing
Wives,
with the Stars.
Basketball Wives. Yeah, you want to do that type of stuff. Well, you can go ahead and do that type of stuff. But we over here, we talking about gaming. That's it. We like to talk about the gaming news. We like to talk about the gaming culture. We like to talk about the aspects of gaming, because that's what we've been doing. We were doing that since we were kids, bro. What's up, Rain G4? We were doing that since we was kids. We was at the playgrounds talking like that. So ain't nothing new. What we're doing is nothing new. This generation don't know what a true console war is. You say console war out here today on social media, and it's got this negative taste about it because they ignorant to it. But what they don't know, really, is that they're seeing an actual console war right before their eyes, and it's causing lames to commit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They're telling you now, yeah, man, the Xbox Series is the best console. See, and a lot of y'all are okay with that. Okay, then. Well, how all of a sudden you okay with it today? But when we were telling you Xbox was the best console just a few weeks ago, when it wasn't all good, y'all wasn't okay with that. Like, that's the hypocrisy that I have with the social media stuff. That's the stupidity that I got. It's like y'all wait for people to vouch your decisions. It's the man's world over here. We don't care about that. I don't wait on some YouTuber to validate my opinionated mind. Get out of that. A lot of y'all are just supporting blindly just because other people do. Just supporting. You don't even know why you're supporting the person you support. You just supporting.
Yeah, Xbox bad. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, it don't have to be true.
Nah.
Right? As long as it's Xbox bad, they like it.
That's it.
You put that blurry picture up of Senua and compare it to the best picture they can find of Aloy. It gets a like. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It doesn't matter how it got there. That's what they think the console war is.
Right.
The console war is taking a weird, goofy turn, bro. It used to just be about having games and having fun and who had the better console.
That's it.
Right? Now we're talking about who's selling the most in holidays and Thanksgiving and things like that. You know, it's not about that. It's about which game. Look, these dudes can tell me the PlayStation is outselling Xbox 5-1. And what is that doing for you? I'm gonna be playing my Xbox.
Right. And the real is, you know what I'm doing? I'm gonna still be playing the better console at my house. See what I'm saying?
Right.
The
Right.
fact is, no matter what outsells what, here's the fact. The Xbox Series X is the best gaming console this generation. That's a fact. That's not a myth. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. So whether it sells the most or not, that's a fact. The new legal still gonna be gaming on the best gaming console this generation. So I don't care what you say. That's it. I didn't I didn't buy my console based on on a popularity contest. I didn't do that. Do you think the guy that can buy that Ferrari or that Bugatti or that Porsche or that Lambo, you think he's trying to have a popularity contest on the highway with all those Toyota Camrys and Acuras and F-150s out there? Come on, man. He knows he ain't. He knows when he gets on that highway, he's the extra minority. He knows that he's gonna be sticking out, and sometimes it's good to stick out, man, because when you stick out that great, you don't have to fit in because you sticking out that great. A Lamborghini can just pull up in the parking lot, and the whole attention goes to it because it's standing out. But that's what happened with the Xbox. The Xbox Series X. And I love the way Microsoft went back to the word Xbox. Just call it an Xbox. You know what version you got? Oh, I got the X version. Or I got the S version. But you can call it an Xbox. It didn't need to be called Xbox One, Xbox 3. All it had to do is just stay Xbox, bro. It is what it is. We know what we buy. We know what we getting. We as a community know. We took care of it. Now, I bet you let something like that happen with the PlayStation. Let's see if the Sony fans take care of it. See, we done went through our darkest era. And like they say, when you go through a bad storm, when them skies break away from when the storm clouds break away in the sky and that sun come out shining so bright, it's a beautiful thing to witness, man. And right now, Xbox is shining through them clouds, man. And it's making people understand, damn, I can't diss it no more. I'm gonna start looking like an idiot. So I need to switch it up. But see, a true gamer shouldn't have to ever switch it up. I'm not switching it up. I don't care what Sony does or Nintendo does. I'm an Xbox guy. I ain't switching up. I'm gonna be playing on my Xbox. I have every good reason to. It makes sense over here. So but I don't have to build an empire bashing other people and other consoles to make them think they're stupid for supporting what they support. You know, that's what these dudes did. So now they're getting baptized. You know what I'm saying? They getting baptized now. Now they want to come out here and speak Xbox gospel. The problem is they speaking it to Xbox saints, right? who've already been baptized. So now you wasting your time. Because what you ought to be doing now, if you really want to do this great work, go to your community that you caused to be foolish and get all those foolish people just like you was and get them Xboxes. They've been supporting your stupid channel all these years being stupid, right? So we know you made some money. So why don't you offer them a console? Do a giveaway. I mean, they deserve that much, right? You've been stupid this long. They've been riding with you for this long. They deserve at least a Series S. You're doing nothing for them. But you want them to subscribe to your channel. You want them to like your stuff, though. Them days is over, man. Xbox changed that up. See? That's all it took. Like I said, all it's going to take is Xbox to get it together. Then we're going to see a big change in the community. So now you understand the mystery. The mystery was just Xbox all along. All this time, the mystery was when Xbox gets it together. That's it. Now you see. Like I said, big bank takes little bank. Big bank always going to influence. The media can hate. The media can give us small information about Xbox all they want to. That's cool. I don't care. But at the end of the day, you got to ride with it because it's the best product out there. The media will not ride with the least supportive entity or the more inferior entity. It's not going to do that. And Xbox is getting all these partnerships, getting all these deals, getting this commercial time, getting this and that, and this and that. Yeah, the media's got to talk about Xbox.
Yeah,
We
because
know
I
they
think
don't want to. We know they
yeah,
don't want to. That's what's making it funny. That's why it's so funny right now. Because you
we got
got to.
but legal. Like a lot of those dudes, PlayStation is older than Xbox. They're PlayStation fans. Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But when it comes to the better console, if Xbox gets to that position where they are dominating, where it's just head and shoulders above what PlayStation is doing, they can't continue to praise PlayStation. They can say what they do is good, but the way that they do now, whereas like PlayStation is so great and Xbox is just okay. They can't continue that if
They can't.
Xbox continues on the path that they're going. They have to start to acknowledge Xbox. The media was the first to start. I don't know if you paid
Mm-hmm.
attention, but like I saw how like Alana Pierce, she started talking about Xbox, right? But then when she got on that indie show, she said, oh, I turn on to watch movies, right? But before she was saying how Xbox is doing great right now, getting ahead of the curve because she was. Some people say she was an Xbox person, but I never heard her talk about Xbox. I heard certain media personalities like Destin didn't start coming out until Xbox started doing well. He got out in front, right? He didn't start doing YouTube and all that, like being what he is now. A lot of them are gonna have to flip flop or be unbiased or act like they are, like a real media member is supposed to be. They're not gonna continue doing things business as usual when things aren't the same.
Yeah, I agree. They can't. There's nothing they can do, man. So this is why you see all this nonsense right now. But yet they want to come out here and tell us what's up after a year and a month. Now they supposed to be seeing the light. Y'all too funny out here, man. Y'all too corny and goofy out here. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm gonna say it. Xbox the best console this generation. With no hesitation, with all the boldness in my heart. Period. That's facts. There ain't no gimmicks here. I'm not here to just, tickle the ear of my community, say something stupid so I can get some likes and all of this other dumb stuff. Nah, man. Some of us, some of us are just here because we just like being part of the gaming community. It's just as simple as that. And I want to say thanks to the realest for having me out tonight, man.
No, thanks for
Having
you
me
bringing
out
me
tonight,
on,
man.
man.
Nah, you brought me on tonight, bro. I
Hey,
want to
cause
say
see, that's what
thanks
I'm
for that.
saying. Yeah, but like, look, when you talk about gamers, right, dude, we talk offline and we talk about games. You know what I'm saying? We talking about what you're playing. Things like, you know what I'm saying?
Fact.
That's the same as when we were kids. We just old ass kids now. We talking
Huh?
about games. When we get together, we ain't talking about PlayStation dudes.
We're
We might
not.
s- we might mention like some goofy stuff we saw on Twitter,
Right.
right?
That's what
But
we
like,
do.
but we talk
Or
about
something we
what we're
read.
yeah, what we're directly involved with is what we talk about. And it's like I said, man, it's always fun to hear people just talk about gaming. Because I don't know about you, but everybody I came up with, they're too cool for school. They don't want to talk about games. That's for kids. You know what I mean? But when I can talk to people, the internet is great. You know what I mean? Xbox also introduced a lot of people to people. Like they said on the documentary, the first social media platform.
That's
It,
true.
it was.
That's right.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you having me, man. Every time you bring me on, I appreciate it.
Oh man. It's a pleasure, bro. It's a pleasure. It was your time, man. You right, man. Listen, man, you wanted to speak, man. You had something get off your chest, man. And like I said, I like the title, bro. I like it. I like this conversation we had tonight, man. And I thank the chit chat community for coming out here as late as they did, man, and hung in there with us. Um, thanks to everybody that's been supporting from the beginning or is just now starting to support us. But like I said, man, we know the language, man. We're gonna keep echoing y'all. We're not gonna stop being who we are, man. So I just want to say thank y'all. And listen, we do this from the heart, man. We do this because we enjoy it. And I couldn't be a part of a better gaming community. So thanks for everything, y'all. And y'all be safe out there, man. Seriously. Be real safe, man. Do whatever y'all got to do to protect yourselves out here. We're going through some crazy times. And that's what makes it even more thankful, right? We got so much to be thankful for. Not just our lives, but also for the little entertainment that we do get in this crucial part of our history right now. All this stuff that's going around in the world right now, a lot of negativity, but we're hanging in there. Gaming's keeping things positive for us. So yeah, y'all just be safe, man. Continue to be safe. Thank y'all for all the support, and we'll see y'all next time, man. Y'all stay tuned. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Thank y'all, because we do this for y'all. So we'll be checking y'all out soon. Until next time, y'all stay safe and peace.